Thank you. I get a gold star. Who wants the first question for Aidan, please? Aidan will go first row right here. And then Aidan will go first row left as the second question.
All right, so sticking on the numbers. I know you're 92 in high school, 92 at Notre Dame. Why 47 at Cal? Why is a 6'3", 320 player wearing 47?
Yeah, no, I think just entering the portal and coming here to Cal, I really want to change it up. I went with 92 is my number. It's year my dad graduated college, my mom. It's something that was important to me, but I want a new opportunity, and I wanted to just be a little different. And so I just remember talking through it with multiple people, and just the number 47 stood out to me, and I think it fit perfectly. And so I rolled with it, and it's been perfect.
So left side, first row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Aidan, you have co-defensive coordinators, Coach Terrence and Coach Vic, that were elevated. Just what you can say to their leadership and how you've seen them work together to develop a plan that you think will be successful in 2025.
Yeah, no, I love our coaching staff. I'm very grateful for Coach Wilcox, hiring within house. I think keeping, the guys around that I've been comfortable with has been amazing for all of us. They built this defensive culture from from when I came in to where it is now. And, I think both of them bring amazing aspects to what our defense is going to be in this upcoming year. I think, you have Coach Soto with that front seven. I think he brings aggression, and he brings pressure, and he brings, necessary things we need in that front seven. But then you have Coach TB, who has the back end. He's helping us with those coverage. That's where he specializes. They both specialize in these different areas, and having both of them work together, because our entire defensive staff does an amazing job of collaborating. They go in their meeting rooms before every game, and rank disappears. They all work together to create the best defensive strategy and plan for every team we play. And so having both of them there, I think, is going to be an amazing advantage for us.
Aidan, right side, third row.
Kenton Gibbs, Locked On ACC. You talked about the aggression and the kind of pressure that is brought out of the front seven. After losing guys like Xavier Carlton and Danny Buchanan, you're losing 14 sacks there. If we're looking for this defensive front to emulate that kind of pressure that you all bought last year, how do you plan on doing that? And who are some names to break out that we may not have on our radars right now?
Yeah, of course. I think our staff has done an amazing job of filling those gaps that we needed. Those guys are moving on to bigger things, professional or whatever, professional lives, professional sports, and I'm so happy for them and seeing their career continue. But I think our coaching staff, Coach Wilcox and our two defensive coordinators, done a great job of filling those roles with some guys. I think Ram is going to be amazing. He was amazing for us last year, and we brought in some new guys for. X is going to be difficult to replace, but I think we have some new guys in there that are going to step up and fill that role. And I think that the D-line being one of the more experienced groups is really going to help with this defense overall with bringing the pressure on every day.
Aidan, a moment ago from the podium here, you used the word culture. Someone with deep Polynesian roots, how does your cultural identity influence the approach that you take to football, competition, life?
Yeah, no, I think most Polynesians can agree with me that family is one of the main values that we have, and I try to bring that in all aspects in my room and in Cal. I think the Cal locker room's culture has been amazing. Coming in here last year, they brought me in immediately. They did an amazing job making me feel comfortable with the team, and I have some amazing relationships with guys that are no longer a part of the team, and guys that are still on the team now that I played with last year, and that are going to continue. And I think Cal's locker room culture is one of the best I've ever seen.